So let's go and focus in a little bit on kind of the grocery shopping then, because obviously that's something that does very well for y'all on YouTube as far as the views go. So, what is, let's say, family, I think it's family of six is what it is. Yeah, family of six. What is kind of a trip to Costco for you guys if you're trying to budget for about a month?
Okay, so you have to keep in mind we do not buy meat or fish. I might buy some lunch meat. And we also are big on having food storage. So when I go shopping, it is not just for that week or that month. I like to have a good stock of things in our long-term pantry in our garage. So it ranges from $300 to $500 a week. And I do typically go shopping 4 times a month. And one of those trips will usually be over $500. So it's a lot, but I do have 4 growing boys and we eat at home 99.9% of the time. And so that's where our money goes. It doesn't go into eating out and buying a bunch of fast food. So I would say we budget probably $2,000 at least a month for food.
That does sound pretty accurate. So just kind of from your perspective, what, when you go to eat out, that's something you guys obviously try to minimize as much as possible. What are, like, how much could somebody expect to spend? Like, let's say, we've got Panda Express here in town or Taco Bell. How much could people expect to pay at one of those chain restaurants up here?
Well, I just did a video on that because we don't eat out very often. We went to Panda, McDonald's, Carl's Jr., which is Hardee's to a lot of people, I found out, and then Subway, and we shared their prices. Most meals were around $12 if you got like the main meal plus a drink, anywhere from $10 to $12 for just not biggie sizing it, just kind of the regular size meal.
Yeah, that's definitely one reason why. I mean, Alaskans go to the lower 48, and I mean, we see like $5 meals in Texas, and it's like, what?
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so what are some things that people can do to try to keep at least the food budget low?
So for our family, we shop at Costco. That saves us money in the long run. I probably only go to Fred Meyer, which is a Kroger brand store, about once a month to just kind of supplement and buy things that I can't find at Costco. But we do well by just buying things in bulk and then making sure we use it up and not going shopping when we still have a fridge full of food. Some people have a hard time watching our videos and seeing how much food we have in our freezers. But we can't just, like, if things shut down, we can't just go to the next city because they're going to have just as little food as we do. And we can't go to a next state and grab something. So we just try and keep things very well stocked in our freezer. Another thing that we do to save money is I try and buy things that are in season. My rule of thumb for fruit is under $2 a pound. So there are a lot of things even at Costco that I very, very rarely buy. Blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, those kind of things we just go without because we enjoy those in the summertime when we can get them naturally from our yard and from, up in the mountains. And then we just go without because they tend to be $4 to $5 a pound, and those can really, really add up quickly, especially if you have kids like mine and they eat through them in like one sitting. So that's kind of my rule of thumb. I can't get away with that on vegetables because often vegetables are above the $2.99 a pound, and I just try and get the ones that will last the longest and are in season as much as possible. Not in season in Alaska, but somewhere else. We also supplement by having a garden. The season is very short, but we have so much light in the summertime that we can grow lots of good broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, potatoes, and carrots that are fun to supplement in the fall.
Oh, outstanding. So, I mean, I'm glad you kind of mentioned the produce because, For me personally, I've done a little bit of produce shopping at Costco. I've been more impressed with the produce I found at Fred Meyer's, but I mean, then again, like I'm not buying for 6 people though, so I can get away with that a little bit more.
I do find that if I want things like grapes or strawberries, they tend to go on sale at Fred Meyer, whereas Costco, they kind of just stay the same price. So you can get better deals on fruit and veggies at Fred Meyer.
Outstanding. So what are some other ways, outside the food budget that people can kind of minimize their expenses while living in Alaska?
I think that people can just get some hobbies that are free, or you invest in it once and then you can do it. My husband uses the same cross country skis that he had in high school, and that is something he does every week during the winter time, and I do as well, but I had to buy mine as an adult because I didn't learn until I was an adult. But if you get these hobbies of hiking and getting out, then those don't cost very much. And then, just plan your vacation strategically so you're not paying an arm and a leg to get out of Alaska because airfare can be expensive. And just learn to love living here, especially if you're only here for a short time with the military and stuff. Just like really enjoy your time here. Be a tourist here. Even if you just stay within 5 hours of Anchorage, there are so many things that you can do. Like I could go to Seward for 3 weeks every summer and still find things to do. That's one of our favorite places to camp, and it's not that expensive. So we just really try and be tourists within our own state, but in a very kind of cheap way by just camping and enjoying the beautiful things that it has to offer.